We are holding our 70th heart screening in the San Diego County. We are screening our 40th thousand teen this morning, and we are again bringing awareness about sudden cardiac arrest, warning signs, and risk factors. We are trying to detect kids who might have abnormalities that puts them at risk for sudden cardiac arrest, because heart screenings are not part of the pre-participation sports physicals or well checkups. This is why our foundation does this, because there's not a law in California that allows kids to get heart screened when they are playing sports or on a well checkup visit. So we are going to be detecting kids, because 1 in 300 are at risk for sudden cardiac arrest. 23,000 kids die every single year from sudden cardiac arrest. So we need to do something about this. We need to change it, we need to change the standard, and we need to protect our kids.
It's frustrating because so many kids continue to die every day, and it's still not part of the standard of care. So we're continuing to do this just like many other foundations throughout the country, because there is no state that requires kids to get a pre-participation physical EKG, for example. And we're going to continue this until we can change the rules, until that enters into the annual wellness check.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I was screened as a teen in 2010. At that initial screening, I received my first EKG. It was flagged for cardiac abnormalities, and I was encouraged to follow up with cardiology. I saw a cardiologist and received a diagnosis of prolonged QT syndrome, meaning I was at risk for dangerous arrhythmias and sudden cardiac arrest. From that diagnosis, I received treatments. I had different procedures, and I received a cardiac pacemaker, which allows my heart to beat normally and continue to do so. Today, 14 years later, I'm here to give back to my community and give back to the foundation that initially flagged my very first EKG. And it means a lot to me to be here and advocate for heart health and the importance of early detection.
And it has just been so incredibly rewarding to not only help the next generation of nurses participate in preventative screening measures to help our community, and for such a great foundation that we've been able to partner with. We truly feel so thankful. So actually, cardiac screening is not done in your primary care provider's offices. It is not part of the traditional screening tools here that we see with our primary care physicians. So prevention is the number one way. The number one education that we can get out there is prevention. There's no better way to reach people besides prevention.
We belong to an organization of parents who have lost kids to sudden cardiac arrest, and every year we put our heads together to figure out how we can make this better, how we can prevent death in our nation, really. So it's amazing to see that the love of our children who have passed away make us do unimaginable things to be able to save the lives of other kids. This is why we're here, because the love that we have for our son and the legacy that he left us and the purpose that he left us is making us move mountains to be able to save the lives of other kids.
It's very important that they come out. As parents for our kids, we feel like this is big. We appreciate the foundation and we appreciate everything. The process, it was simple, and it's well worth finding out how our kids are doing, making sure that they're healthy and their heart is good, and so we encourage everybody to come over a few minutes, and you're done and you have a peace of mind as parents.
So about 8 years ago, I brought both of my younger sons to a screening at University City High, and one of my sons, Carson, who at the time was 14, was found to be at risk of sudden cardiac arrest. Carson was a multi-sport athlete who had had many physicals that are required by all the sports, and no one had ever caught that he was at risk of sudden cardiac. Since then, he's had a procedure and he is in perfect health and is actually pursuing a nursing degree because of our experience here.
Hi, my name's Ryan Poe. When I was 14, I attended a free heart screening hosted by the Eric Paredes Save a Life Foundation. When I came to the screening, they found that I had an abnormality in my EKG. So I was diagnosed with Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which is essentially an extra electrical pathway in your heart. Fortunately, I was able to have a cardiac catheter ablation, which cured me. So I was able to continue on with my healthy and active lifestyle. At the time, I was playing 3 sports, so I was completely asymptomatic, had no idea that I had this condition, so I feel very lucky and grateful to Rena and Hector and this organization, so have been volunteering ever since 2014.
My name is Will Flores. I am actually Christian's dad, who happened to pass away one day shy of his 19th birthday. I can't imagine that now it's going to be 10 years. This is going to be unimaginable that we're going on 10 years with this. You know, it's just crazy to think about that when we could have just done as simple as got a heart screening, right? Just got a heart screening. The great thing about combining forces with EP Save a Life and Christian's Big Heart, obviously we hold a run once annually during the month of August, and it goes all the way to a Christian's birthday, which is September 2nd.
Isabel is my daughter. She was 13 and she passed away this summer, May 20, 2023, to sudden cardiac arrest, and she passed away on the soccer field. She had been playing sports all her life since she was 5. She showed no signs of any heart abnormalities, and unfortunately she was not able to be saved. And I'm here at the Eric Paredes Foundation, who reached out to me to raise awareness about sudden cardiac arrest, and myself, being an athlete, was completely unaware that sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 killer of young athletes. That is just blew my mind, finding this fact out after losing my daughter. And so I come to these events to promote awareness to all the parents and young athletes and just young teenagers in general to get their heart screened. And it's a free event that promotes awareness, and you never know what you can find. It's not a normal screening that people do for young, healthy kids who show no signs.
So for Eric, for Isabel, for Christian, for all these kids who didn't make it, and for all the ones we're going to help today. Let's go.